Visionary Minds Public Relations and Media is a proud sponsor of CA Media Podcast. Be sure to get all your publicity, digital marketing, writing, media consulting services by emailing visionarymindsny@gmail.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CA Media Podcast, the show that allows you to come in your own unique way. This podcast will be about my journey throughout my adult life. I will bring my friends, and there will be some episode in which I will be alone to speak about what's on my mind. Topics will range from society, culture, sports, relationships, and so much more. There's nothing off limits on the CA Media Podcast. So, as you come into my world to listen to my podcast, feel free to know that this is a safe space and a personal space to bring your family and friends to listen to the CA Media Podcast. So come and join this ride with me, and as always, this is the show that allows you to come in your most unique, authentic way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CA Media Podcast, the show that allows you to come your own unique way. I am the host, Clyde Anderson. In today's episode, it's me just giving my quick Wrestlepalooza review, post-show. This show is brought to you by Visionary Minds Public Relations and Media. If you have any media consultations, please feel free. Contact Tammy Reese at visionarymindsny@gmail.com, and she would gladly get in contact with you. Excuse the tea, excuse the image of my camera. I'm not sure what's going on. And excuse any background noise you may hear during this podcast. So Wrestlepalooza happened this past Saturday, live on the ESPN app. And I gotta say, it was very, very difficult for me to navigate and to get on with my Hulu and Disney and DirecTV subscription. But needless to say, I eventually got on, but the task is so difficult, and I do not expect it to be as easy as a caveman would be able to do it. But needless to say, I was able to go on and to watch Wrestlepalooza. My overview of the pay-per-view event, it felt like Saturday's Night Main Event. It felt like Saturday's Night Main Event. It just gave that vibe. It was nothing spectacular, I would say. The only thing I think the WWE could work on in reference to, like, if you're going to start off if your PLEs with ESPN, you got to do better. We, as a wrestling community, got to call it spade a spade. And mostly, everybody said this was like an average PLE. It wasn't like we missed anything. There's nothing that we missed. The only thing that was like, okay, painful to watch was the very first match, which John Cena fought Brock Lesnar, and it was a complete squash. It was a squash. We saw 6 F5s. We saw children crying. We saw the Beast Incarnate being the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. And yes, we haven't seen Brock Lesnar in a physical match since SummerSlam 2023 when he lost against Cody Rhodes and acknowledged Cody Rhodes as basically the future QB1 of the WWE. And it's been over 2 years since we've seen the Beast Incarnate in the ring in a fight. And I predicted Cena would win, but if I knew that, or if I remember, I would say that Cena did face Logan Paul, I would not have had Cena to win this match. But needless to say, I thought that Brock Lesnar was taking Cena back to Suplex City. It was, you going back to F5 City. Like, no Suplex City um, going, but it was F5. You're going to get F5, and he got F5 6 times, indicating that was just six more. It was the six. It was the sixth number of dates left, but now we have five. And I said, where did Brock Lesnar go from here? He could easily get a title shot. Easy. He just showed how dominant he was. Like that was just a statement match. I'm back. If you want me, come get me. So don't be surprised if Brock Lesnar pops out at Perth and F5 Cody Rhodes or F5 Seth freaking Rollins during their champion versus champion match for a crown jewel reign and championship that's gonna be at Crown Jewel. I mean, that's gonna be in Saudi the next year. The only thing the winner really gets is to hold the ring for a year. That's it. Or get purchase the ring. That's it. The championship stays at Saudi, but they're gonna be in Perth. Crazy. Anywho, second match, I believe it was the Usos versus the B&B Express. Yes, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Um, I really was digging the match. It was a lot of, I felt like there was a lot of miscues. You have Elliot Knight as a referee who was appointed a special guest referee minutes or hours before the pay-per-view event. And he did what he did, neutral referee, basically. He played favorites. He was there to count the fall, and that's what he did. And Jay Uso hit himself with the steel chair mistakenly. Crazy, busting himself open. It was a mess. That match was a mess. I'm happy that BB won. They could go on, and I would love for them to get the world titles, but I'm not sure that the WWE want them with those titles because if they were to get the titles, who would take them off? Like, let's be serious. Who on the Raw roster is going to beat Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed? Unless the Usos some way somehow get to come up and defeat them. I don't think if they were to go for the tag titles, anybody will take them off besides the Usos. Third match, I honestly I fell asleep when I saw bits and pieces of this match. This is for the vacated Women's World Championship that Naomi had to vacate due to a pregnancy. We had Stephanie Valkyria, who won a battle royal to eventually have this match. Was originally supposed to be at the last PLE event, but since Naomi had to relinquish, they had to find a contender for Valkyria, and so that number one contender wind up being the former women's world champion Io Sky. And for most people that saw that match, they said it's a match of the night. Match of the night, best match on the card. And like I said, I didn't see it, so I can only attest to what that match was like. So the Devil's Kiss and Valkyria is your new women's world heavyweight champion. It was a good match. Io Sky and her pay homage to each other after the match. But this match also shows to the world, the best woman wrestler this year is Io Sky. There should not be one wrestler that's better or has a higher. I don't know what the PWI ranking is this year. I know it just came out, but Io Sky better be on the top 25. Actually, let me see if I can pull that up right now. Well, it's just me, so it's just me on the podcast today. Let's go on internet to PWI 500. The full list right here. Let's do a search. Can I do a search in the search? Actually, let's do this. Let's put this on screen. Let's share screen. Can we do that? Share screen. Share screen options. Okay, let's share my screen. Let's look at this right now. Let's do this. Me in the corner. Um, yeah, let's do this. Let's share myself. Let's look at this. Let's do this. Is it sharing? It wants me to enter my password. Okay, let's share. Okay, let's look at this. PWI list. Let's see if I'm on. Okay, let's back minimize that. Let's let's go to my screen. Let's go to I'm barely could I'm not hopefully I can see this. The women's, right? Let's look at this list. This is all men. Punk is at 15. Maybe I need to do yeah, this. It has to be. There's a woman list, so yeah, it's a woman list. Punk made it top 15. So I'm trying to find the women's list. So as I find the women's list, Cody Rhodes, it looks like was number one. Jay Uso number 6. Obafemi number 14. Nakamura number 63. That's a surprising number. Jasper Troy 141 NXT standout. I know there's a woman list. I'm not understanding why. Gunther's number 3. That's yeah, it's fair. They usually have the woman list, but it's like let me do another one. PWI woman 2025. It's just I'm not understanding why it's not popping up for me. Oh, it has not been released yet. That's the issue. That's why we can't find out what Io Sky is. Okay. So sharing screen. We could stop share. Yeah, so Io Sky, best woman. Yeah. Ain't nobody better than Io Sky this year. Nobody. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's number one. Or she better be in top 3. Should be no more Sage Monet. Should be Rhea Ripley. Not Naomi. Io Sky. Not Bianca Belair. Io Sky. The fourth match was the return of AJ Lee, who has not wrestled in over 10 years, teaming with her husband CM Punk, facing the World Heavyweight Champion Seth freaking Rollins and the Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. This was a fun match. Um, they protected AJ a lot, but AJ did wrestle, if I'm not mistaken, like 16 minutes of that match. So she really did what she had to do. You know, she looked very good for someone that's returning the first time in over 10 years. I'm happy that Punk and AJ get the win. This is the first time that Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch has ever lost in a tag team match together, as CM Punk and AJ Lee goes 4-0 together as tag mates. This gives Becky Lynch um, not Becky Lynch, just gives AJ Lee bragging rights to eventually challenge it. Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Championship, Women's Intercontinental Championship. And also, this was the first time in over probably 5 years Becky Lynch submitted. Becky Lynch has not submitted since she became the man. That's crazy. Oh, the last match was on the card. We had Cody Rhodes, World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Undisputed Champion versus Drew McIntyre. This is another match that was a little bit messy, a little bit clumsy for both competitors. Drew McIntyre sold the injury very well. Cody Rhodes, typical Cody Rhodes match, and Cody wind up retaining. And that's my review. Wrestlepalooza, you can see, average. ESPN says it's average. Give it average grade. What they can do much better with these matches at the next PLE Crown Jewel in Perth. We have 2 scheduled matches as of right now. We have the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Freakin' Rollins versus the WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes. Winner gets a Crown Jewel ring. Another match is, I know I said 2. There was a match announced: John Cena versus AJ Styles. Then you get the Women's World Champion, World Heavyweight Champion Stephanie Valkyria will either face Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, or Jade Cargill. That'd be a match that should be announced. And they should have all these champion versus champion match at this event. It makes sense. It just makes perfect sense. This is my review of Wrestlepalooza post show. My name is Clyde Anderson. I'm of the CA Media Podcast, the show that allows you to come your own unique way. If you'd like to be a guest, follow me on all social medias at CA Media Podcast and click on the link on my Instagram bio or any bio to get to my link tree and book a session. And we can have this amazing conversation. Whatever your heart desires you want to talk about, I'm all for it. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Clyde Anderson of the CA Media Podcast, the show that allows you to come in your own unique way. Take care. God bless. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the CA Media Podcast, the show that allows you to come in your own unique way. I am the host, Clyde Anderson. Want to be a guest on the show? Got questions, feedback, or a story you'd like to share? We'd love to hear from you. Email us at camediapodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on all platforms at CA Media Podcast. Listen and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and wherever you stream your podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a review. It helps us grow and keep bringing the conversations that matters. Until next time, stay connected, stay inspired, and always remember, we are the show that allows you to come in your own unique way.